Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, señores y señoras, good evening, guten Abend, buonasera, buenas noches, good Abend, buonanotte, good afternoon, good quell, dobro večer, dobro vicor, dobro večer, grüezi wohl, grüß Gott, yo estit, kivanok, salam alaikum, salam, konnichiwa, xin chao, ni hao, annyeong, namaste, kamusta, yonora, Bonum Vespero, my friends from all over the world tuning in right now to watch some more games of Grubby against ZENEXIceCream. Grubby here, spawning as the green Predators player in the top right, is currently up 1-0 against the Korean player ZENEXIceCream, who is spawning here as the blue Terran player in the bottom left. He basically won the last game with some nice defense, defending a drop with his Colossi and with some really awesome perfect placed force fields, just denying any attacks by ZENEXIceCream for so long. IceCream was forced to sacrifice all of his Vikings to take out some Colossi, but still he was not able to take out all of the Colossi of Grubby. Grubby, with a way more cost-efficient play thanks to his force fields, was able to take game number 1 on Shakura's plateau. Now we are here on, or better to say, we are in the Zellnaga caverns. And it's up to Grubby to seal the deal and just get to the semifinals right away. So I'm really curious where this is going. This time he's got the refinery up and running, he's got a marine on the field. Does Grubby know about the refinery? Yes, he does. So will there be a add-on as soon as the second marine is out? To be honest, I don't think so. I think we might see some Cloaked Banshee play actually by IceCream, because he's got a supply depots positioned in that way that he's actually able to build a bunker here. But of course I'm wrong with that. I don't know the play style of ZENEXIceCream too much, because actually today is the first time I was casting some of his games. So the reactor is being built here by him, and there is the command center coming up, so that's why he was building 2 instead of just 1 marines with this barracks, because he just was not having enough gas right away. So now he is going to have this reactor being built. There is the command center coming up for ZENEXIceCream, aka ZENEX1. Meanwhile, Grubby, what is he doing? He's adding gate number 2, gate number 3, constant chrono boost on the cybernetics core. It is halfway done. And what about the Vespian geyser? Number 2 is not being used. We don't see an assimilator here just yet. We see more bunkers coming up for ZENEX1, and there's the bunker positioning I was talking about. And this is really good. So Grubby, what does he see? He sees the bunker here, and he sees that there's a refinery, and he sees that there's a barracks. So it's fair for him to assume, oh, he might actually go Cloaked Banshee. It is fair for him to assume, oh, he might actually do something else, which I don't really know, Blue Flame Hellion. Basically everything is possible, but it's a reacted barracks into expansion play. Now the factory is up for him. There we see the tech lab, and I would actually not be too surprised if we would see some sort of Blue Flame Hellion play here out of ZENEX1. He's not mining any gas. Oh, actually he is. I was just checking this area, but here are the SCVs actually delivering the gas to. And I'm wrong once again. Looks like I absolutely have no idea what's going on for ZENEXIceCream, but Siege Tanks did it. So Siege Tanks Marine at least is an opening here for ZENEX1. Now Grubby is trying to do some damage. Nice force field to traffic some of those Marines, but still I think this is just too much with the bunker here. One realizing, oh, I need to pull some SCVs to go for some emergency repairs, but Grubby just wanted to do a little bit of poking, lost 1 stalker, took out 3 marines, so not that big of a deal. At the same time he's expanding here at his natural expansion, getting a forge there, and I really like the fast, super fast forge by Grubby. There's some probes getting transferred already. He's pulling back with his stalkers. Right now we see the siege tanks Siege mode is getting finished, so ZENEXIceCream is immediately sieging up with a siege tank. There's the barracks coming up. Barracks number 2 for Ice Cream. This orbital is not just producing any SCVs, he should really produce some SCVs, otherwise it just would not make any sense to have this orbital out that fast. There he is, doing this once again. So let's take a look at the harvester right now. We have 36 probes for Grubby, we have 30 SCVs for ZENEXIceCream. Grubby just realized, okay, there are some siege tanks, so I need to watch out where I walk with my stalkers, but still he knows, oh, not a command center here. Oh yes, mining nexus there, so every second Grubby is not allowing Ice Cream to just mine here is a good thing for him. Now he just pulled back with the stalkers in the last second. Finally we see the orbital command getting moved over here. What else do we see? Those marines and siege tanks slowly advancing forward. Grubby just pulling back. Did take some damage, but only some shield damage, so not that big of a deal for him. He's got some more units standing around in the middle of nowhere. Photon cannon coming up here, photon cannon coming up there, not just yet, because he might be afraid of some cloak banshees after all, but still the only thing he needs to be afraid is of our marines and some siege tanks. Meanwhile, Grubby is going for the +1 attack, going for the Twilight Council as well. Some zealots getting warped in, stalkers slowly pulling back here. I think pretty soon they are here. They are in the back of the John and Common Knowledge hallway. And the stream is not on a delay anymore. As soon as this game is over, I will fix the message on the stream description on Team Liquid as well. So if you want to interact with me a little bit more via the chat, feel free to do so. The channel is Special Andre on QuakeNet. Now we see the +2 attack coming up for Grubby here in the forge. The charge for the zealots has started as well. We see gateway number 4 coming up, and the Templar Archives even. I like this quite a lot. But still, I don't think high Templars are good in terms of storming the shit out of your opponent because of all the siege tanks and their huge range. But I think because of the fact that you can make Archons, and Archons are really good at tanking some damage, because they don't receive any extra additional damage from Marines or even from Marauders, who for example do some additional damage against armored units. And since Archons are psionic, they are not light armored unit, they are not armored unit or heavy armored units. And by the way, ZENEXIceCream is going to use his medivac to fly over here in the top right to drop in the main base. Grubby's got all his forces here, some stalkers on the left, some zealots on the right who got taken out, and he really needs to pull back with his stalkers. He's doing this right now. What about this drop? It's not just yet dropping here. We see the charge for the zealots is finished in the next 15 seconds. The +2 attack is finished in the next 15 seconds as well, not just yet dropping. Ice Cream was checking here on the bottom of the map, on the bottom of the top left low ground expansion there. There's nothing coming up. We see the storm is finished pretty soon. Let's just say in the next 15 seconds for Grubby. This drop is still not starting here for our friend Ice Cream. There's some forces pulled back, not just yet, and take a look at all of those zealots. And those zealots will have the charge, they have the +2, so they can do a lot of damage. The factory here is once again, Grubby was spotting it, but the Ice Cream was spotting this nexus as well, and there are these stalkers. And they decide not to attack, the factory decides not to attack, and just crash land kamikaze style on the stalkers as well. Would be actually quite hilarious if this is would be possible, but still in terms of balance I'm not too sure. Oh, he's building 12 more barracks just to go for another round of kamikaze barracks. And by the way, ZENEXIceCream is having some ghosts in his army composition. 3 ghosts, he got enough energy for 3 EMPs, and no EMPs are needed to take out this Nexus at least. There are some stalkers moving over here, but those 5 stalkers should not attack, and they did attack, took quite some damage. And where is Grubby? He's pulling back after he realized, oh yeah, I got scanned. And if he actually would just move down with his zealots here via this ramp and not via the back, he should be in a very good position. Now, nice EMPs on the high temperatures. They are not able to go for a single storm. Arkane's not doing too much as well, and half of the zealots were out of position, allowing ZENEXIceCream just to do so much damage. The tanks here on the low ground did even more damage as well, and I was just saying, why not just move down the ramp, attack the siege tanks right away, and just see if Ice Cream is pulling back with his Marines and Marauders or not. Go for some nice force field as well, but that's not what Grubby is doing, and those Marines with a stim, without having to be afraid of those psionic storms, just dealing so much damage, taking out all of the forces, and ZENEXIceCream is looking really good, stimming once again. He's got enough medivacs to provide some additional healing for those Marines. Now all those units are pretty much in the red, in the yellow, but the medivacs following them to go for some additional healing. At the same time, Grubby is expanding here to the 3 and to the 9 o'clock. What about Ice Cream? Does he know? No, he does not know about those 2 expansions, so very risky double expansion play coming up for Grubby. The question is, will it pay off? He's currently up 1-0. There we see a lot of probes getting transferred over here to the 9 o'clock, and there's an SCV moving in, and the SCV spots everything. He knows what's up in that regard. And Grubby with this observer, he knows what's up with ZENEXIceCream as well. Looks like we have some single high templars moving forward, storming, and not actually storming the Marines, but more likely storming the Ghosts. Do we see some more feedbacks on those units? No, we do not. The Ghosts get taken out, 2 of those at least, but so many Marines, so many Marauders still moving in. The Ghosts trying to go for some more EMPs. Nice feedback on one of them. The other Arkane gets taken out, and Ice Cream is just in a better and better position with his fully stimmed Marines. He's able to do so much more damage. +2 attack is not being started for him, but +1/+1 might be enough. Now this Colossus is doing some good amounts of damage in the back, but still too many infantry units for Grubby to handle. There he's warping in some more zealots, but those zealots will get taken out right away. Remember, it takes 5 seconds for a warp in from start to finish, so if you start the warp in, you still give your opponent 5 more additional seconds to damage your units. We see some more high Templars being warped in here in the back, but I think it might actually not look too good for Grubby, who is actually down 53 compared to the 140 supply. Now 1 is in here, he's taking out more of those tech structures of Grubby, and I think we might see a GG here, and a Game 3 pretty soon for the quarterfinals for today's Team Liquid Open number 17. I just did such a nice ending and still no GG from Grubby. So I guess I continue with the talking a little bit more at the same time. By the way, some Stimp Marines took out the 9 o'clock, the 3 o'clock is still going, maybe because of that. Grubby just didn't leave right away. I think he might be really angry about this engagement here in this area, where he just had so many SCVs as so many zealots being not in the right position, and if he actually would have attacked just the siege tanks up front via the low ground, he would be in a way better position. Because when you attack up here, the siege tanks down there are completely safe against the zealots and stuff, but if you attack the siege tank right away, the only thing he can move up, the only location where he can move up with some Marauders and Marines is in this position and on that position, and because of the small range of the infantry forces, actually would have not been able to do so much damage. So Grubby's decision to attack here and having half of his zealots actually the Zellneger Watchtower off position was not the best one, but still, it was an entertaining, interesting game. Ice Cream tying up the series 1-1, which basically makes us go into an ace match, and whoever wins the next game will be advancing to the semi-finals.